welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be talking about your career next steps. So I'm going to be getting messages from Spirit about what advice they want to give you, your spirit guides want to give you about your next steps in your career. And what is your best path forward that's going to bring you the most joy and the most abundance and the most success. Okay, so today we have 3 piles to pick from. For pile 1, we have this jade crystal. Okay. And for pile 2, we have this one. And for pile 3, we have this one. All right, I'll give you a moment to pick which pile or piles you're drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. If you picked this crystal, then you are in the right place for your reading. I'm just going to go and pop that right there. I think this is going to be a really beautiful reading for you. I had a very profound day, and it was so interesting leading up to this reading. I had so many interesting things happen that I normally don't do when I am preparing for a reading. I was very, very precise and organized, and I just had so many insights flowing about how I should best set up my space, and which cards I should draw, and I don't know, all kinds of things. So it was all just kind of flowing for me. So there's something about that. And I also I arranged this elephant here, so it looks like, because I really wanted to have this crystal, but I couldn't figure out the right orientation, and I ended up on this kind of unusual thing where I have the jade elephant kind of leaping over this obstacle, this hurdle here. So maybe you're in a place right now where you are wanting to jump over some hurdles, or you have some obstacles in your path. So the intention for this reading obviously is to help you to remove those obstacles. And so actually another interesting thing that happened when I was getting set up for this reading is I really felt called to put on some essential oils to help me to open up my throat chakra. So I think a big theme for today's reading in general as well is just about authenticity and speaking your truth, being your authentic self. And for the first time actually, I had some channeled messages come through kind of around the essential oils. So actually the essential oil, I ended up putting on 3 different oils, and I realized that I have 3 groups, and so I felt like that was not a coincidence. And then when I looked at the oils that I chose, they really spoke to all the things, all the downloads I was getting from Spirit about kind of the general messages for today's reading, and what was going to come through in the reading. Sometimes that happens, but it's happening very strongly today. So I actually wrote down some channeled messages for you. And I wanted to show you your essential oil, just in case this might be an oil that would help you potentially in your career. So white fir, and I'm not sponsoring this reading at all. doTERRA is not sponsoring, but I do really love their essential oils. They're really high quality. But you can pick whichever oils you want to buy, obviously. I do recommend these. So white fir, it smells essentially like pine. It's really nice. It makes me think, at the time I'm filming this reading, actually, it's December, so it does make me think a little bit about Christmas. So that sort of makes me think that your reading is probably going to have themes of hope, renewal, grounding. White fir also can stand for ancestry, and also removing just kind of limiting beliefs and toxic patterns from our ancestral line. So that all might be relevant to you. So I'm going to go ahead and put that away for now, and I'm going to get into your channeled messages. Okay, so the first message I have is take your time. And I also want to say that I was called to write with this color pen, this kind of turquoise blue-green one, which I actually don't think I've used before. Normally I use my pink pen because that's the same color as my channel logo. But for this reading, I really want to do this, and I think that there's a significance to the color, which is, I was thinking throat chakra, which already came through, but also because it's turquoise, it makes me think of like where the throat chakra and the heart chakra meet, and also because of the heart shape on the pen, makes me think of the heart. So I have quite a few things here. So let me read out these messages. So the first message is, take your time, slow down. Okay, I'm really going to try to do that in this reading. Just take a breath, okay? And the next message is, going slow feels so good. And then we have, take care of yourself. I was doing a lot of self-care, actually, before this reading started. It normally takes me like about 10 minutes to get set up and I go right into filming. But I lit the candle and I did everything that I needed to do. And then I was like, you know what, let me do some self-care before I start this reading. And it took me like maybe 10 times longer than I normally do to kind of get set up for a reading. But it felt really good, and it felt nice just to slow down. So I felt like that was relevant for you. I also have a message here that is, let go of how you think it should look and how you think others want you to be, and just be yourself. And then I got these interesting, this actually came through for each group and it's different. The message of like what your best work and best results and most abundance will come from. So yours is, your best work, best results, and most abundance will come from something that is in your wheelhouse already. So this is something that you're already very familiar with, or something or somewhere, some kind of field that you're already very comfortable in. So if you're looking for guidance on like what you should do, where you should go in your career, it's something that makes you feel very comfortable, that feels very natural. I think natural is the best word, actually. Something that feels very natural to you, that kind of comes naturally. Maybe it's even something that you wouldn't consider as like a career because it's just something that you do for fun, or it's just something you do. So like, for example, tarot readings for me, I find them really fun, but they're actually a big part of my my life purpose as well. So there might be something like that for you where it used to just be a hobby for me, for years actually. Years and years it was just a hobby for me, and then I realized I got some guidance from my spirit guides where they were saying that no, this is it's one part of your larger purpose, and it's actually drawing me closer to my purpose. It's actually like a critical step. So maybe there's something like that for you. And then your keywords here are stillness, self-care, releasing judgments, natural, and peaceful. Yeah, so release judgments on yourself and like how you think it should look, how you think you should be, or like how, like if you have something in your career right now where you're like, oh, you're trying to make yourself look perfect, then maybe that's not the right. If there's like a need for you to do that, then that's probably not the right field for you. Or if you're doing that but it's not necessary, then you should let that go and just be yourself, because you're actually going to get better results from just being natural and being comfortable. Okay, so that's all I had for you in terms of the channel messages. And now we have your key signifier card here, which I actually haven't looked at, so this is exciting. So let's see what this says. Okay, 3 of Swords. Yeah, I think this makes me think of like healing your heartbreak. This is a very intense 3 of Swords. I almost don't want to look at it because it's so painful. So I don't know, it's interesting because we had this message for you in the channel messages about being natural, being comfortable. We also have self-care coming through really strongly. So maybe that all has to do, maybe doing all these things is going to heal the heartbreak that you've had in your career. And see how I'm like putting my fingers over this heart to like make it whole again. I had this instinct to do that. Maybe you're ignoring your instincts, and your instinct is to make your instincts will make you feel whole. So stop fighting your instincts, whatever they are, okay? I'm actually, because it hurts me so much to look at this, I'm going to put this little green heart here, okay? You're healing your heart. Whatever this is for you, I can feel the pain emanating from this card, but you're healing that and letting it go, okay? I'm going to even put this light here. I'm channeling, I am really channeling for you right now that divine light and guidance is entering your life, and it's going to be removing whatever obstacles you have and healing your heart, making you whole again. And instead of screaming in pain, you're going to be screaming for joy. Okay? That is my intention for you. Okay, let's get some tarot cards. So I'm going to get some tarot cards to get the main message, and then draw some oracle cards as well to get any additional messages. And then for final messages from Spirit, I have an advice deck that I'm going to draw a card or two from. And then I'm also going to get you some angel number guidance from my Angel Numbers book. Okay. I'm getting called to take that one as well. Okay. Actually, let me put this like this. Can we see all of that? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Let me put it like this. All right, and then I'm going to get some clarifying cards from this deck. Okay, these ones wanted to come out, these three. I'm hearing this one and then these two together. Okay, whatever it is that you're going through, it might be a little bit messy. So if you resonate with that, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of cards falling out. I don't even know which ones to take. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start because they're coming out really fast here. Let's go ahead and just take some cards. And I'm hearing take this one. Okay, all right. Now, should I get your, maybe I'll just go ahead and get your oracle cards now and I'll just send them off to the side. I'm not going to look at them yet, but just so we have them and then we can go through all the messages at once. Okay. Okay, so we've got a couple here. All right. I almost feel like these want to kind of come out like that, but I'm just going to put them off to the side. Anything else, Spirit? All right, they're drawing me towards this one, so I'm going to take that too. And this one. All right, we got a whole bunch for you. Okay. Oof. And then I'm going to get one of these cards. Okay, that's too many. I'll take one of these. Okay. And then I'll take one of these cards as well. Actually, one came out already, so I'm going to take that one. All right. So, let's turn everything over. See what we've got. We've got, okay, 5 of swords, okay, and the sun. All right, that makes sense. We've got the dreamer, or the fool, Oh my goodness, we have the Three of Swords again. But this one's like happier looking, okay? Right? Like this one doesn't give me the same anguish as this one. That one's like really hard for me to look at. I almost want to. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I honestly can't even look at it. I'm gonna put that your lucky stone here, okay? Healing. Or I'm actually being told to put the opalite because that's a very healing stone. Put it on top of her face here, so it's like turning into joy, okay? We're turning this whole situation into joy. Whatever this is for you. Six of Wands, yeah, victory. You're going to be feeling victorious over whatever this heartbreak is, okay? This anguish that you're feeling. Four of Cups. And, oh, and then you've got the Fool and the Dreamer again. Oh my goodness, look at that. We've got 2 repeating cards. That's really cool. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. And then we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So the first thing I was getting with this, with the Five of Swords, with clarified by the Sun. So this says, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation and review everyone's motives. So the Five of Swords can talk about conflict. So I was getting actually more that this, I mean, you might have some kind of external conflict at work right now, but I feel like the main message now is actually, you might have internal conflict. Maybe you're feeling pulled in a few different directions, or you're not sure, you're overthinking. And at the same time, so you've got some sort of conflict regarding in your career right now. But at the same time, there's something that you're already doing, I'm getting like separately, that's bringing you a lot of joy, or there's something that you do already in your life that brings you a lot of joy. And you know how like earlier I was saying that maybe there's something that you don't think it could be a career, like you just do it for fun? There might be more there. So where it says like learn what you can from this situation, I think it's more like, I think the message, the guidance from Spirit here, and I actually just sat up like a lot taller just now, so that's interesting. Yeah, I think set this down, whatever this burden is, whatever this conflict is at work, step away from it and move towards what feels like sunlight to you in your life. Because like sometimes I feel like we compartmentalize our life. We have work, and we have our personal life, and we have our relationships or whatever. We have these like different categories of life, but it's actually all just your life, you know? Your work life and your personal life are not really two different things. So what I'm getting from that is one is affecting the other, and you can choose where to put your energy. It's like, sure, you can show up and do the things that you need to do, absolutely, at work. But do you have to get dragged into this conflict? No, that's a choice. That's a separate choice, right? Yeah, make the right choice. Make the choice to walk away from workplace drama, conflict, and even like conflict that you have within yourself. Walk away from that, okay? Give it a break. Walk outside. I'm seeing these flowers here. Take a walk outside. Or, I don't know, go into the break room and look at your phone and look at inspirational quotes for 5 minutes or something. I don't know. Do what you can. Even if it's just like taking a 5-minute break, we've got 5 here, to even just sit and think about something that just makes you happy. And then when you have free time, I think the guidance from Spirit is to investigate this sunshine in your life more. Spend more time doing this if you can. And if not, at least think about, maybe it was one thing that came up for me recently is I have a big goal that I'm working towards, and it felt really overwhelming. And what Spirit was saying to me is, it's okay to go slow. And we had that message for you as well. Go slow, but just make a little bit of progress each week. Just do one thing each week. If you make a little progress every week, then in 1 year, you're going to make a huge amount of progress. Whereas if you stay in this Five of Swords energy where you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing, you're thinking, should I do that or not? Or, oh, I don't have time for that. Whatever it is, whatever this mental chatter is. Instead, if you walk away from that and you just make a little progress every week on turning this thing, this joy, into something more, taking steps in the direction of your dreams. Just take one step every week. And it can be a small step. I'll give you an example. Okay, so the thing, a big goal that I'm working on is writing a book. And it feels really overwhelming because I decided to take a step back from writing for a while. And so writing a new book, the reason I took a step back from writing is because I felt like my life was out of balance, and I made a conscious choice, a wise choice actually, to prioritize myself, to prioritize self-care. So now I'm circling back to writing, and I have made basically firmer boundaries with myself about how much time and energy I will spend on things that are not, I don't know, basically just, how am I trying to say this? Like, basically like having better boundaries and a better balance, basically, in my life. Because I was spending so much time writing that I actually wasn't spending enough time with people that I love, or going and traveling or doing fun things. So it's like you shouldn't do something at the cost of another. It's like so it's basically like small steps. So anyways, the resolution with this for me was that I just decided, and what I heard from Spirit about this is just make a little bit of progress every week. So I wrote down a few small things that I could do, one each week for the next couple of weeks. And it's like no pressure, basically taking the pressure off completely. And then once I did that, so one of the steps was to just do like a brainstorm of the outline for the book. And I ended up just feeling really inspired today, and I ended up doing that outline. And it was a huge step forward because I had all of these insights that came through, and I realized that I was a lot further along in the development of this book idea than I thought, and I was actually a lot further along with all the content than I thought, and it's going to be easier to organize it than I thought it was going to be. So my point is, like, sometimes if you, like, once you take the pressure off and you allow yourself to kind of naturally move in this direction without any pressure, without overthinking it, with it, just kind of letting your joy be your guide, then you actually make a lot more progress a lot faster. And it's funny because we have this like false belief sometimes, I think, that if you like hunker down and like really think about it and scrutinize everything, or like make sure you do the right thing or put pressure on yourself, that you're going to get farther. But that's actually a lie. When you chill out and have more fun and take off the pressure, you end up going faster, okay? And you go farther, and you also end up having a lot of fun. So it's just like a win-win-win outcome. So instead of this lose-lose-lose outcome that you sort of mentality that you've been in, they're asking you to step into this. Okay, that was a lot of messages for that. So for this one, so for with the dreamer, it says a leap of faith, follow your dreams and unexpected opportunities. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. When you take a leap of faith to kind of let go of the pressure, let go of the overthinking, just kind of let it all go. Let all of this, heartbreak and whatever happened in your past, and instead just kind of set it all aside, and then just follow your dreams in whatever is the most natural way possible, in the way that feels the most, just intuitively right to you. Then you're going to have unexpected opportunities and victories that really take your breath away. Like, honestly, I mean, the example that I shared, maybe it doesn't sound like that exciting, probably from like an outside perspective, but for me, it was a huge leap forward today. I mean, it felt like a miracle because there was something that I had started to get into that unhealthy mindset again, and I really, just the fact that I was taking a step in that direction had been making me feel stressed out. So to just within a couple of minutes completely turn that around and make huge progress on my book and my goal, and really, I don't make this thing that had just been an idea something really tangible, because I actually have an outline, I actually have content. And where there was nothing, I suddenly have like the most important thing out of nowhere. So I think once you do this, once you let go of the stress basically and let yourself just be, you're gonna get all these opportunities and victories and wins that come out of nowhere, and it's just gonna feel really great. Yeah, we've got the same exact message here. Essentially. So this one, the Four of Cups or Four of Water, says missing opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Yeah, maybe a part of your heartbreak might be about like being discontent with your current situation and feeling like you can't do something. You can't go towards your dreams or something. But your spirit guides are just asking you to open your mind, open your heart to the possibility of being able to do the thing that you love more, and that the possibility, the thing that you just enjoy doing, that you feel so natural doing, that you feel so comfortable, it's like just second nature to you, that you can actually be very abundant financially doing that thing. Okay. And then we have the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, or Ten of Air. And it says being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. And then we have the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change, and expect things to get better now, recovering from an addiction. You know, it's possible to be addicted to stress. It's possible to be addicted to hardship. It's possible to be addicted to difficulties. So I think your spirit guides are asking you to really analyze whether those things are serving you or not. These addictions, this addiction to stress, or this mindset that you've been in. Whether you want to call it an addiction or not, it's whatever you've kind of been in this groove. I feel you've created this groove that feels comfortable, but that's not actually comfortable because you feel bad or negative emotions when you're in that mindset. Whereas when you're in your happy place, you're in your zone of doing the thing that you love, you feel feelings like joy and peace and contentment and inspiration and gratitude. So they're just, again, I think it's kind of like the same message really all over again, but they're just asking you to move in this direction and really analyze whether these other things are truly serving you or not. And it's not asking you, like, don't like just go and quit your job immediately, right? Because that can actually give you more stress. And the whole point is to move away from stress is really the main message here. And you can just do that by adopting a different mindset, by going slower, by allowing yourself to be natural, and to just kind of take small, practical steps in a way that feels right to you, that feels comfortable to you. And by doing that, you're going to allow your passion to grow. Okay, let's get your final messages here. Or actually, no, these are not the final messages, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we've got December. So something big is happening regarding this in December, something important. Or maybe with December, I think of the end of the year. I think your guides are also asking you to reflect on this year and also reflect on the year ahead, what you would love to do. Reflect on what you would like to do in the year ahead. You know, whenever you're watching this reading, because this is a timeless reading, I am recording it in December. But with endings and new beginnings, makes me think about looking forward. Reflect on, you know, where you've been. Don't spend so much time on that. Really, I'm really getting the message of look forward and think about, like, in the next year, where would you like to be, ideally? And then just take one step, one small, practical, comfortable, easy, you know, relatively easy step each week. But don't burn yourself out. It's literally about, like, doing the step that feels the most joyful, the most natural to you in that week, okay? And when you feel inspired to do it, don't force it. Okay, we've got younger woman. We have pale. We have teapot. We have ram. We have happiness. Okay, that came out right on top of the sun. Okay, what can we do? It's like you keep getting the same messages. It's great. Ant, work, achievement, success, and beetle, good fortune. Okay, yeah, so it's funny. We've got all these, like, kind of interesting, like, kind of conflict cards here, and then all these, like, beautiful cards. So it's really the same. It's like the dichotomy of your reading. It's like the thing that you're trying to escape from, the conflict that you're experiencing. Yeah, it's like you're really being encouraged to get to leave that behind, to leave behind conflict. There may be some kind of friendship with a younger woman, or just somebody else who's maybe younger than you, or there's an age gap between you and this person, that maybe that's, I'm hearing maybe that's, like, keeping you stuck, because we got the message of, like, so sometimes it's like the people who love us, they can be scared for us, okay? And so they might give bad advice just because, or they might give advice to, like, be safe, or to, like, not go for our dreams because they're scared that they're going to see us get hurt. But the thing is, like, sometimes they don't realize that, and it's actually bad advice. And the advice that you're getting from your spirit guides is to move in the direction of your happiness. Maybe even if other people around you are telling you not to, or that it's impractical, or whatever, you have to stop listening to these things, because you have something really beautiful here that's going to lead you to success and achievement, and the abundance that you're looking for. But you have to do it step by step, and you have to, each one of those steps should feel really good to you and feel comfortable and natural. And yeah, just take it literally step by step, week by week, one thing each week. I keep getting that message over and over again, so I think it must be relevant. And then we have the painter, productivity and creation. And then we have reflect. Yeah. So the thing that brings you joy might actually be painting or something creative. Okay, so that's just like an extra confirmation for you. If not, it's some kind of product or something that you're creating, that you're putting out into the world, that you're going to have, like, clients for. Yeah, I think, yeah, reflect. Just peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. This gives me the image, yeah, of a mirror. Look at yourself, like, closely, and really see yourself. And, like, I think you want to ask yourself, like, who am I? Like, not what these other people want for me, or not what my current situation says, but who do I want to be? Who am I in my soul? Where is my soul calling me towards? What is my dream? And allow yourself to see that, and allow yourself to just move towards it. And like I said, you don't have to, like, give up everything and make some drastic change. It can be moving towards your dream or letting your dream unfold should feel like the most natural, most comfortable thing in the world. And it will, once you actually allow yourself to do that. And I think you're going to be surprised by how successful you are if you allow it. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to get some spirit guide numbers. Spirit. What am I trying to say here? I'm going to get you an angel number, okay? I'm going to get these three. Grab you an angel number. So we've got 5. We've got 5 and we've got 22. Is sort of what I'm getting. So you've got 2. Let's look at these in terms of guidance. So 5 is growth. The only thing that stays the same is change. As the world around you shifts and moves, it's time to get flexible. Change is inevitable, and your peace comes not from stability of things outside you, but also from that which is created from your foundation within. Your angels remind you to make your inner peace a priority, so that when change comes, you know that you're tethered to something it cannot touch. Meditate today with a visualization of your inner peace tying you firmly to the universe. Oh, that's beautiful. It's kind of like what I was saying with the reflection message. Yeah, really, reflect on what makes you feel peaceful is the message that I'm getting here. And then let's look at 22. Believe. You are building the life you want. Your angels are in direct communication with you. This number is a powerful message that your life is being created with their divine assistance. You are in a space of a high vibrational energy right now. Repeat this mantra. I believe in myself as I grow. Okay? This is your mantra. I believe in myself as I grow. That's perfect. I mean, I couldn't have made up a better mantra for you, honestly. I believe in myself as I grow. I believe in myself as I grow. Yeah. I'm serious. Repeat that. Like whenever you're feeling doubt or you're in this like stuck or conflict energy, just repeat, I believe in myself as I grow. Okay? You can repeat it over and over, and you should until you feel better. Okay, let me get a card for you. Okay, we got a consistent formula gives me consistent results. And we've got a book here, so maybe writing or reading could have something to do with your calling. I feeling this really has to do with like your passion, right? Like learning to understand the basics of mathematics and then having the successful experience of understanding the results of their applications. Once you have a formula for understanding your world that is always consistent, it will yield consistent results to you. Yeah, so the keywords that I'm getting with this is consistent. Be consistent, right? Just every week, do something. Do one thing that takes you, that, expands this joy in your life in the direction of abundance. And you will be successful. I think you'll also develop some kind of formula, potentially, that will bring more success into your world. Okay, those are all the messages I have for you, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you did, please feel free to like and comment and subscribe to my channel, but only if you want to, okay? And I hope to see you again. Bye now. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Today we are going to be getting guidance from your spirit guides about your career, what your next steps should be, and just any other guidance that comes through from them. I am filming this the next day from the other pile, so I feel like that signifies that you might be in a new chapter or starting a new chapter in your career. So if that's the case, then this is definitely a confirmation that this is your pile. Otherwise, if you chose this beautiful crystal here, then you are in the right place for your reading, okay? I'll drop that there. And let's, so I actually haven't looked at these cards. Actually, you got two. When I was shuffling, two came out for you. So these are secret cards. I haven't looked at them. These are going to get like an overall energy for your reading. I also wanted to say that when I was filming this reading, I got the instinct to put on some essential oils. And so I ended up putting on 3 different essential oils. And I realized that I was going to have 3 piles. And I kind of got some channeled messages actually just based on the oil. So the oil that I got for your pile was Purify, or the cleansing blend. So let's take a look. This is from doTERRA, by the way. I'm not sponsored by doTERRA, but I do really believe in their products. They're really, really nice. I'm actually going to put on a little bit of this now because I haven't put it on today. So it smells kind of like light and citrusy. I'm going to put some on my throat chakra because that was what I was called to do yesterday to help me, I don't know, just kind of open up these messages a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to grab your channeled messages. Okay, so for you, pile 2, the messages that came out were to be extremely organized, 10 times more organized than necessary, than whatever you think is necessary, okay? Your guides really want you to prepare 10 times more than you are used to. And they want you to be very methodical and practical in your approach. And they want you to take practical steps because that's going to ensure a good outcome for you. And they also said that your best work and best results and most abundance are going to come from something proven and reliable, not something experimental. So they want you to stop wasting your time, be practical, do something that you know will work, and take the steps to make it happen, one thing at a time. And your keywords here are symmetry, preparedness, precision, strong foundation, responsibility, and releasing a lack mindset. Okay, so it's interesting because I do have like one small task that I have going in the background here. So I am multitasking at the time of doing this reading. Not in a way that's going to distract me, but it's interesting that you got the message kind of underlined from your guides about doing one thing at a time. So maybe messages like, would focus on one thing at a time. Maybe you can have something small that you're doing in the background, or I don't know, something around that. But really make one thing your main focus, and definitely not more than 2 things. Okay. So let's see, what is your main energy here? Yes, we have the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 5 of Cups sometimes talks about like the phrase crying over spilled milk. And in this card, it's unclear which cups are filled and which ones are not. But it's almost like she has actually spilled this cup and she's holding this other one that's really, or actually maybe it's like behind her, she's not looking at it. So there might be something that you're not seeing or you're not focusing on right now. You might be focusing on things that are going wrong. So your guides really want you to focus on this one really magical thing, and to work hard on that. So we're going to get more messages for you on that as well. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and then we're going to get some oracle cards as well. And finally, I'm going to get like an angel message for you from the angel numbers, or a couple. We'll see how many come out. And I'm also going to get like just a couple final messages from the guides. So I already pre-shuffled these cards, so I don't really need to do that again. So let's just go right into it. Let's get some messages from your guides. What guidance do you have for our pile 2s? Okay. Oh, they're saying one more. Take this one. Okay. All right. Let's see, maybe I put these like this. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. interesting. 2 came out. I didn't even realize. Okay. So let's put these up here, and I'll get your oracle cards. Okay, I'm going to get one of these. You got 2, actually. 3 that want to come out, all right? And then just put these off to the side for a sec. Let's get one of these. And then I'm going to get some tea leaf cards as well. Okay, I'm going to get this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, one more came out. Bonus one. One more that's sticking out to me here. Okay. Just remember to breathe. Take a deep breath. You might be going through something challenging. Yeah, but your guides really have a strong message for you to focus on the one thing that's really going to be very successful, and stop wasting your time with all these other things. Yeah, kind of like with this this tapestry here, with this family who's working on this tapestry. I think they're also encouraging you to collaborate with people who are going to help you. Maybe you're doing too many things alone. Maybe you need to delegate. And work with like-minded people. Seek out like-minded people in your craft. This also could be about networking. They're encouraging you to network. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So we've got the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. Interesting. It's so funny. With pile 1, we also got, I think, like the same signifier card here in this position as well, with a different tarot deck. So that's super interesting. So we got the same 2 cards here. We've got the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, and Death. Interesting. That's an intense message. We've got the 7 of Wands, and then we've got the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. Cool. I have so many reactions this time. I don't know why I'm doing that. And then we've got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with this message because this message was popping out to me. So 9 of Cups, it says, your wish comes true, concerns fade away, and a love of life. And you've got that coupled with the 10 of Wands, which talks about like a long, kind of like a long road with potentially a little bit of hardship and just some burdens that you've carried a long ways. But actually reaching the finish line, you're almost there. So this might be where you are now, or it might be that they want to emphasize that your hard work is going to pay off. This is that's 100% this message, is that your hard work is paying off. And your focus and diligence, because we got that message about being diligent and precise. This kind of focused work is going to make your dreams come true. And you're going to love the results. What else do we have? Let's start over here. So we've got 10 of Cups. It says, a contented and rewarding family life, your emotional and material needs are met, and trustworthy relationships. So can we have this same, because we have the same message as like your signifier card, it's making me think, yeah, because it's talking about trustworthy relationships, and we have this message about like-minded people. I think this is like kind of the same message here, which is that, yeah, you're focusing maybe on the things that are not working, or you're spending your time and energy in the wrong direction right now, or you're kind of wasting your time maybe. And you need to focus on, you really need to focus on the thing, like the one big thing I'm hearing, because like in this card, it's really just like one that's behind the figure. Yeah, that's gonna bring you success. Focus on the one thing that's gonna bring you success. And it's not like I have this message as well, which is like if you have so many ideas, sometimes it can be hard to be like, oh, if I'm not doing this other idea, that means I'm never gonna do it. But that's not true. Life is long, for most people. Pick something that you know is gonna really work for you, and stick with that one thing, and you can always come back to the other thing, or you can work on it, in your free time or whatever, but make one thing your focus, okay? And also make developing the relationships you need in your career a focus as well. Yeah, because it says your emotional and material needs are met. So I think there's an emphasis, and I was sitting up taller when I'm saying this, is find trustworthy people who you can rely on, who will, and I think these people you could be friends with as well, collaborators. This is going to bring you happiness and joy to find people to work with, to develop those relationships. That's definitely a focus for you as well from your spirit guides in terms of a message. And then here we have the Queen of Wands, which says, confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So I think this is how your spirit guides are asking you to be. They want you to embody this energy. This is like the energy that's really going to help you with your career. Be confident, be warm, be intelligent, be smart, right? Don't waste your time. I keep getting that message for you. Focus. Be smart about what you're about the way that you're working. Work smart, not hard, and graceful. Also, don't underestimate yourself. You're going through some kind of transformation. Yeah, because I'm filming this on the next day, and I said, that you might be at the beginning of something. It's like either you're at the very end of something or the very beginning, but either way, it's like the same thing, right? When one thing ends, then the next phase begins immediately. So there's some kind of rebirth that you're having right now, and be independent, be creative, just let yourself fly, but fly in the right direction, in a smart direction. With Seven of Wands, it says, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, and choose your battles wisely. Yeah. And the Knight of Pentacles is like a new energy of nights are about bringing something new. I think you're going to get, and then like the Ace of Cups usually talks about like a love offer or some kind of offer that you love. And the Knight of Pentacles is the most dependable and trustworthy knight. So it's like there's somebody who's bringing you some kind of offer. Okay, so maybe like I was getting the analogy of like somebody who's going through interviews. You want to choose which companies you apply to, which ones you put your energy into wisely. Don't just scatter your energy and apply to everything. Be focused, be smart, stand your ground. Yeah, I think if you're like doing any kind of like negotiations, you want to stand tall and like believe in your worth, right? And you're going to get the offer that you love. You're going to get a dependable offer that brings you a lot of love. And just a lot of, joy and peace. I'm thinking peace because of the lotus flowers. I never actually noticed that before in this card. Yeah, and if you're not going through interviews right now, then it might be like, I was thinking of like somebody who's bringing like a product to market and you're marketing your product to people. You want to be smart, be wise about where you spend your energy, and really value your product, value yourself, value your product, stand tall, and you're going to get either clients or offers. Things are coming into you if you embody this energy of standing tall and standing firm, and putting your energy in a place that's going to actually yield you the best results. And then we have a Queen of Cups, or Queen of Water in this deck. It's the tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. And we have relationships developed to a new level, trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. So, and then we have this paired with the Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups can also talk about creativity, and we do have creativity here mentioned on this card. So I think your guides are also asking you to be creative, remember to take self-care, remember to trust your intuition, and I think this is again about like relationships. Develop and nurture your relationships your work relationships, your career relationships, your find those collaborators. Be creative. Yeah, find people you can be creative with, people you can trust. Yeah. These relationships might actually mean more to you than just work as well. So it's not like, I was getting this message, like imagining somebody who like feels like networking is a waste of time because, or making career relationships is a waste of time or like energy because they're not real, or they're not bringing like emotional fulfillment. But I think that actually what these cards are saying is that in addition to collaborating with these people, you will feel that sense of emotional fulfillment as well. That it's going to be rewarding. These relationships will be rewarding in more ways than one, not just in terms of taking your career to the next level, but also the relationships themselves will be rewarding. And yeah, we already addressed this one. So your hard work, if you do, I think if you do all of these things, it's kind of coming full circle. So being smart, working smart, not hard, networking in a positive way, finding people to collaborate with, believing in yourself, standing your ground. You're gonna get, like, all of your wishes are gonna come true regarding your career. Whatever you're working towards, all this hard work is going to pay off. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards have to say as well. So we have Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Okay. Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. We have October. We have Happiness. We have Younger Man. We have Door. And we have Pale. And then we also have the Poet with relationships and vulnerability. That's so funny because we kept getting these things about relationships. Maybe your guides are asking you to be vulnerable and authentic in your relationships as you're going about this. Like, you don't have to, just because it's like a work relationship doesn't mean you have to be inauthentic or you have to shut down your emotions. You can be vulnerable, you can be authentic with people, even in a career context. You know, be mindful about, like, you know, what you're sharing. Maybe you don't want to like tell people like your all of your personal struggles, but you can open up to people slowly, right? Even if they are career related collaborators or whatever. And we also have Ambition. Set your sights beyond the horizon. We have Optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. And finally, we have Turbulence. The mind is murky in rough waters. Okay. So it's funny because I feel like most of these cards like landed on like the cards that have to do with like the same thing. So we got this message in the channeled messages about preparing 10 times more than you think you need to. Yes, you need to, I think your guys are asking you to step it up, but step it up with one particular goal. Again, this keeps coming, like there's like one particular thing that you need to be doing that you know, I think deep down, and you might have already received intuitive messages about what this thing is, that's going to bring you a lot of success. That's so funny, my my timer just went off. So yeah, that's an extra confirmation. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So there's some kind of new start for you, definitely. Because when that timer went off, I was about to talk about new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. And we've got this on top of Death. We've got opportunities are waiting for you. Door. You're about to open the door to something new. Something that, so your guys are encouraging you to set your sights beyond the immediate task at hand and look further. Set your sights on something higher, actually. Maybe with this message of October, it could be a significant month for you, but at the time I'm recording this reading, it's December, so maybe it's like, think about in the next year, by October of next year, what do you want to have achieved, ideally? What's going to bring you happiness? And be optimistic about that. You got, with the mind is murky, your guys are asking you to be very clear, very precise. They want you to put all of your efforts into one thing, one big goal that you can achieve by October. That's really the message. And don't forget to take time to care for yourself, as I did take a break and I did some self-care. I know it's not going to be on camera, but I did take like a 5-10 minute break, and I feel refreshed now. So don't be afraid to take time for yourself, and to have balance. So like they're asking you to put like a lot of effort and time into this one thing, to be very precise and organized, to be extremely organized actually about this one goal. But because it's one thing, it shouldn't be overwhelming to you, right? You want to have this, I think there's a message here about balance. I'm not seeing it exactly in the cards, but it's coming through anyways. And I think maybe that's also why they're asking you to collaborate with other people, because that can also help you with this balance. It can also help you to get to your goal faster. There's something about, because we have a person here, it's a younger man, on top of your wish comes true. And we've also got relationships and vulnerability with that. So I don't know, maybe you might be meeting the love of your life through this networking. I mean, it's possible, right? Definitely possible. A lot of people meet their significant others through some kind of work. Because that's just something that we all do. And it's also like the message of birds of a feather flock together. I always think of this because it's like wherever you're naturally drawn, like the spaces you're naturally drawn to are where you're going to meet your people. So I think you just kind of need to, open yourself up, be vulnerable, put your effort into meeting like-minded people, and just, open your heart to the possibilities of really finding people and forming relationships that are going to bring you a lot of happiness, and even though it's related to your career. Okay, so now I'm going to get some angel numbers. I'm going to get a whole bunch, looks like. Right, these are the dice that decided to come through. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got two. We've got 110, and then we've also got 35. Right, so I'm going to read both of these from the guidebook, the Angel Numbers book, which is this one, by the way. It's very nice. I like it a lot. 110. Okay. It's personal. Your journey is unique. It's easy to look around and be distracted by others' personal journeys and endeavors in life, but today the angels call on you to focus on only your own. Comparing your path to the paths of others is not the way forward. Today, take a moment to meditate on your own personal path to the divine and in what ways you've grown along the way. Your journey is unique. So that could be a good mantra for you. My journey is unique. We also got this message of focus. Focus on your own journey. Yeah, I think there's also a message here of like sometimes we get stuck on like what we think it looks like or what we should be doing. And you might be spreading your energy around instead of just focusing on your personal path. Okay? Let's get 35 as well, right? Yeah. 35. Supportive bonds. Oh my God, this is so funny. Because we're talking about relationships, right? And this also says build your relationship with the spiritual. Throughout the winds of change, your angels acknowledge they are here to support you. Building a relationship with them will strengthen this bond. Pen a letter to your angels asking them to reveal themselves to you with unique signs and symbols. Oh, that's beautiful. So not only are you being encouraged to develop your relationships with other people, they're also encouraging you to develop your relationship with them. And like it says here, you can write letters to them. One thing that I love to do is when I'm journaling, I will just kind of first do some reflections, and then I'll do some automatic writing, or I will ask my angels to come through and write. Like I'll ask like a question, and then I'll just let them kind of like answer it. So I'll just like start writing whatever comes to me, and sometimes I don't even know what they're going to say. I don't ever really know what they're going to say. It always surprises me. So you could try something like that, or you could meditate to develop your relationship with your angels. Ask them for guidance. They're always here for you. You can even start doing tarot readings for yourself. Okay, let's get one of these cards. Some additional messages, okay? What did we get here? We got, there is enough room for all ideas and experiences. From your non-physical perspective, you understood that there is room enough in this expansive universe for all manner of thought and experience. You had every intention of being deliberate about your own life experience and your own creations, but you had no intentions of trying to control the creations of others. Interesting. So this makes me think that you might, when it comes to other people, you might be getting bogged down by thinking about, well, what they're trying to create. What are they trying to do? And maybe it's not aligning with what I'm trying to do. But there's an abundance in this universe. And you can all be creating different things. And still, there's enough room for everybody. So there's a lot more abundance maybe than you think. I think it's also making me think about, like, we got this message of like interviews and like there's a sense of like competition. There's no need to compete with other people because there's room for everybody. This is an expansive, abundant universe. And if some people have different thoughts or ideas, that's okay. If other people have different experiences of you, that's fine. We don't need to control how other people see us, I guess is the message. Just be yourself and let it flow. And whoever you're drawn to is likely going to be the people who are drawn to you as well when you're acting from a place of vulnerability and authenticity. Okay, those are all the messages I had for you today, Pile 2. And this is a little bit of tough love from your guides, but I hope that you find it helpful. They do have a lot of love for you, and I'm sending you a lot of love as well. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, but only if you want to, all right? And I hope to see you again. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So today I'm going to be getting guidance from your spirit guides about your career, next steps that you should be taking, and just some other messages that are going to come through as well, I'm sure. So if you chose this green crystal, then you are in the right place for your reading. And I actually have 3 cards that came out. It's funny because for pile 1, I was intending to get one mystery card for each pile that's going to kind of give the overall sense of like what this reading is about for you, or the overall guidance. And two cards kind of sneakily came out for pile 2, and then I didn't even realize, but 3 messages came out for you for pile 3. So that's cool. I'm actually going to stick these off to the side because another thing that came out yesterday is actually, I'm recording this the next day from when you saw the intro. I was really called to put on some essential oils, and I was drawn towards 3 different oils, and I realized that there were 3 different piles, and I got some channeled messages that came through for each pile depending on, I was sort of just like drawn to like a few different messages that were coming through in terms of like channeled messages. So the essential oil that I associated with your reading was Breathe. And this is from doTERRA. I recommend their products. I am not sponsored by them at all. I just really, really believe in their products. They're really nice. So maybe this essential oil could really help you. It's called the Respiratory Blend, or at least it was when I bought this. Sometimes they change the names of their things. Basically, it's like a kind of peppermint and like leafy kind of oil is what I would describe it. It kind of has like a tree scent, but also combined with peppermint. And it's really nice, and it does actually help you if you have asthma or anything like that. It does help you to breathe. I think it's really good for like meditation, breath work, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm actually going to go into your channel messages that came out based on this oil. Okay, so we have use your voice, be authentic, do what brings you joy and peace, allow miracles to unfold, connect with your purpose, your voice has power. There's a lot that was coming through about like your voice and being authentic and allowing your true voice to shine. Yeah, it's so funny, I didn't even read it. Allow your voice to shine. And your main message here is your best work best results, and most abundance are going to come from allowing your deepest truths and truest, most heartfelt desires to unfold miraculously. And your keywords here are insight, flow, self-love and self-worth, trust in the divine, courage, and faith. Okay? So now I'm really curious to see what your mystery cards are. I have not looked at these at all, so let's take a look. Okay, we've got Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Okay, that's really cool because that's kind of underscoring a very similar message. I would see the Queen of Cups as someone who is extremely emotionally intelligent, who's extremely intuitive, who is, you see she has this, it's really beautiful, I never noticed this before. She has the crown of water, but it's floating above her head like the crown chakra. And we also have this kind of like divine light that's shining down on her. And she's got this little pendant here right on her third eye. So all of this makes me think of the connection to the divine, of allowing miracles to unfold. With the Page of Wands can sometimes talk about that. And I'm really sensing it from this card, allowing like your passion, like new things to kind of just burst forth from you. And the Hanged Man talks about going within to find answers. So I think that this message is going to be about these things here, about I think guidance to help you to align with your path. In terms of your career, it's going to be a path that I think has something to do with spirituality, has something to do with deeper truths and insights. Could have to do with connecting to the divine, could have to do with healing, anything like that, okay? It's gonna be different for each of you, but you'll know. All right, I'm gonna put these cards here. Let's see, does that work on the camera? Oops. Maybe I can do it like, actually, I think I have more space, so let's go like this. Okay, all right, let me get your tarot cards, and I'm gonna get some oracle cards as well, and I'm gonna end this reading with some angel number messages and just some additional message cards. I already pre-shuffled these decks, so I don't need to shuffle that much. Let's just go right into it and get your guidance. Okay, those two came out together. Those kind of came out as well. And then let's get, yeah, these two. Okay, so it's interesting. We got these groups. Got these groups here, okay. I'm gonna get some more tarot. Actually, okay, they're telling me for your group that these are the clarifier cards, so I don't need to draw more tarot cards. We'll draw more if we need to, okay? Let's get your oracle cards. Those really wanted to come out. They flipped over too, which is interesting, so these are very energetic. And let me get some of these tea leaf cards as well. So I'm really being drawn to this one. This one wanted to come out as well. I'm gonna take these four, I guess. One more here. And then I'm being drawn to this one. Okay, as I was pulling it, these ones came out too. All right, we'll just take them all. Okay, I've been pretty generous with these tea leaf cards for the other two groups, so why not continue in that vein and get a whole bunch for you? All right. Okay, so let's set these off to the side and take a look at your messages. So we have 8 of Earth, or 8 of Pentacles, with the Knight of Water, or Knight of Cups. And then we've got the Knight of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. And we have the Sun and the Empress. Wow, big energy here for this last message. Okay. So let's see. So for 8 of Pentacles, it says, skilled work is rewarded. learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. And with Knight of Cups, it says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. Okay, so I'm getting kind of interesting. I got a similar message for pile 2 that came out. So if you were drawn to pile 2, then there might be messages there for you. If not, then don't worry about it. But it's like a side message I'm hearing from Spirit, because we have this like falling in love message here with skilled work. You might very well meet the love of your life or your next romantic interest through work or through school or through some kind of study. Additionally, I think the message here is to fall in love with the work that you do, bring love to the work that you do, and also to follow your heart in terms of what you are going to be doing. I'm getting a sense here from this group that there might be people here who are not sure like which direction to go in. And what Spirit's calling you to do is to follow the things that make you feel very emotionally connected, the things that make you feel really enthusiastic, that bring you a lot of energy. I think they're calling you to do things that are social, something that's social. This is in terms of like what work direction you should go in, what career direction you should go in. Okay. And also something where there's a lot to know about the topic. It's not something shallow, it's something deep. Okay. We did get this message here that like it's your calling or your the direction to move that your Spirit's guiding you in your career is something that involves your intuition, that involves passion, that involves miracles, involves like trust in the divine, and some kind of like deep emotional kind of aspect as well. So there's definitely something that really calls forth your emotions, your romantic side, something that, maybe something you feel like is a little bit mystical or has to do with emotions. I'm getting a lot of different types of things that are kind of coming through as examples here, so I think this is probably going to depend on you. There's probably like quite a few different people who are watching this reading, and there's different ways that this could be interpreted, so the interpretation is up to you. I really get that this is talking about the direction you should move in is a direction that fills your heart with love. I think it's like heart-centered work that is social, involves other people, involves some kind of study, or like alternatively teaching what you know. I'm also seeing books here. It could have to do with writing books, potentially. And what else is coming through here? I feel like there's one more message that wants to come out. With learning all there is to know about a topic, your guides are encouraging you to really dive into this thing. Once you pick a direction, and like I think you probably intuitively already know, you've already gotten some messages from your angels about this, or you just have a sense intuitively about the direction you should go in. They're really asking you to focus on that, to dive into it, and maybe let other things go, because like see how this figure is reading one book, but there's other books off to the side. And we got a similar message in pile 2 as well, which is just because you're putting something off to the side doesn't mean you're not going to get to it. It just means you're focused on this one thing right now. So maybe I think your guides are calling you to focus on this one direction. And later in life, you can come back to these things, right? It's like, just because I think it's almost like you can set an intention to come back to them. Okay. And you will just trust. I think that your guides are asking you to trust a little bit more. You don't have to do everything right now. Because there's time, right? It's like if you have a stack of books and you're reading one book and you're enjoying it, it doesn't mean you're never going to read the other books once you're finished with what it is, or you've you finish this book, then you can always start another one. Or I think like in terms of your career, it might be like maybe you have a lot of different business ideas, for example. You have this stack of business ideas and maybe you feel like you have to do all of them right now. But Spirit is saying, focus on the one that's really making your heart sing right now, that you're being called to intuitively, that brings up the most, that makes you feel the most emotionally balanced, and you just have like an emotional response to the most right now. And it's kind of your gut is sort of calling you in this direction. And then set aside your other business ideas, keep them around, in your spirit. And, once this one business idea or idea, whatever it is off the ground and very well established, then you can circle back, take the next one, pick it up, get it well established. And then you can go back and you can get through all this through your life. You can do all of these things that you want to do. You don't have, but if you try to do them all right now, you can't read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't read 8 books at once. It's just there are some limitations to this physical 3D world. I'm thinking Earth is about, like this, pentacles are about like our environment. There are some limitations to the third dimension, okay, that we live in. And maybe having, reading 8 books at once, or having 8 different businesses that you're pursuing at once, or going for 8 different ideas is too many. So just pick one right now. Pick the one that and then just really go deep dive into it. Really get it off the ground. Really like make it solid. Learn all there is to know about it. Whatever it is, like immerse yourself in that. Just set the others aside for now. Okay. With Knight of Wands, we have passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. It says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. And then we have 2 of Air, which is the 2 of Swords. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. I feel like this is a similar message. You feel like there's urgency, but at the same time you have indecision about which direction to go in, and this might be making you feel very restless, but instead of like pretending like you don't know. I think it's like pretending there's no problem. It's like pretending like you don't know, or you can't make a decision, or being unwilling to make a decision on which idea to pursue first. That's actually giving you a restless energy. But instead, if you set aside the other ideas and go with the one that your heart is pulling you towards now, the one that you want to immerse yourself in now, then life becomes a big adventure, and you can just allow your passion to emerge. With the Sun, it says happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. And then the Emperor says a lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. Yeah. So I think this is saying like, all of these ideas are brilliant, but have confidence in yourself that you can get to all of them. Just because you're so I think it's like, the challenge is that you're somebody who has a lot of dreams, and you have a lot of really good ideas, and they can all lead to success. But have confidence that you'll get to all of them. It's like I'm seeing the sunflowers. I was hearing the message, grow one crop at a time. Like imagine you have a farm, and instead, like, I think, I don't know anything about farming, okay? But like, I imagine that it's kind of like, what I've heard is like, there's like a farm that they, their main thing is like they grow apples, okay? It's an apple farm, or it's an apple orchard, I guess, is what it would be, right? Or it's like, I was thinking like a Christmas tree farm, okay, because I'm filming this in December. That's like their thing. But imagine instead if they were like, we grow apples, and we grow oranges, and we grow bananas, and we grow mangoes, and we grow peaches, and they have like every single fruit under the sun. It's a lot harder to establish, I was hearing like an edge over your competitors, and I was hearing this plane in the background, to skyrocket to success if you have too many things that you're working on at once. So even though all of these fruits are equally amazing, if you start and establish yourself as an apple orchard, then you get clients and you get customers. And then if you expand into peaches, then I'm just as like an example, okay? Then that idea can grow and get off the ground, and you establish that. But they're really asking you to take one message. Sorry, okay, take one message at a time. Take one idea at a time. And you are meant for this lavish abundance. Okay, so I think you have a lot of dreams, and there's a lot of brilliance inside you, and it's meant to burst forth, and it will burst forth if you once you make a decision and allow this adventure to start to unfold. It's gonna lead to just so much for you, just so much happiness and success and abundance, physical and otherwise. You're gonna feel very supported by the universe. But yeah, take it one step at a time is sort of what I'm getting with this message here, okay? Let's see what else wants to come through. So we've got sunrise, no creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Owl, good advice from a wise person. Inkpot, problems to be resolved. Handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. We've got dragon, beware of self-delusion. We have ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. Okay. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. We've got marriage. And then we've got November. And then we've got too much concern with sexual matters with rabbit. Okay, interesting. I really drew a lot of these cards. I got a lot of messages, but it's interesting because it's a little bit of a balance, because you didn't get as many tarot cards as the other groups, so we got a lot more of these. Anyways, my point is, oh yeah, we also, let's not forget about these. All right, so yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I set these off to the side. We know we're gonna get to them, okay? But you got a lot of ideas, and you have a lot of ideas, and it's really beautiful. Maybe you're in the process of making a fresh start or starting a new venture right now. But be wise about this. Resolve the problems as they come up. Remember to accept valid criticism, and beware of deluding yourself into thinking that you can do everything at once. Remember to take care of yourself as well. It's another message that's coming through. Yet I think in terms of the direction, okay, yeah, I'm getting that, like, this is like about like the direction that you're going to go through, and this is like sort of what you're going to get out of it. Okay, this is advice about your direction. This is kind of like underscoring the messages we've already received here, which is you should, in terms of the direction that you should go in, it should be something that makes you feel really, really happy, makes you feel creative, makes you feel fresh. I think it could be something that draws on your wisdom. Maybe something that helps people to resolve problems. Or maybe you're a very good problem solver, and this is like, this is something that they're encouraging you to keep doing, or that you have a lot of, maybe this is like your wisdom, is you know how to help resolve problems, and maybe that's why they're encouraging you to go in a direction that is social, like that your career, your most abundance and best direction in your career is something that is a social direction that has to do with people, potentially helping people to resolve problems, and maybe even also helping people to overcome their own demons. I think it's also about, the dragon makes me think about power. It's about embracing your own power and some connection to the divine, because like dragon is like a mystical creature. There might be some kind of supernatural element to your career, for sure, because we got that with the channeled messages, that like your best abundance is going to come from allowing miracles to unfold through you, and for allowing your deepest truths to emerge, your deepest wisdom. So maybe you have some abilities, psychic or otherwise, that are really unique, and yeah, it's something that makes you feel very emotional and connected to the divine. And so that's like that's definitely the direction that you should be moving towards. And I think bringing this in a more social direction, maybe in a way that helps people to resolve their own problems, and that, you know, really brings forth your own inner wisdom, is where you're being called to go. And then what you're going to receive from this is, I think, the ability to take more vacations, to travel. There's going to be some kind of, I think it's going to be something you really love. It could even, like we had this message that came out that you could meet the love of your life through this career, this new direction. Or it could be you meet a lot of people who, because I see 3 rings here. Or maybe maybe your career, your ideal career, has something to do with relationships, or like relationship counseling. That's like a side message for somebody. I'm also getting, with these 3 rings here, I'm getting that, like, you're definitely somebody who has multiple ideas. So it's almost like you commit to one, and that flourishes with these flowers here, and then you start another one, and then that flourishes, and then you can do another one, and you can have all of these things, but yeah, again, I'm getting this message over and over again to focus on one thing at a time and allow it to flourish. And then you're eventually, it's like, in terms of the outcome message here, is you are going to have multiple things that are really, really successful, really, really successful, beautiful. I mean, we're talking about gold and diamonds here. You're going to be in very abundant. Okay, so we have this coming out on top of lavish abundance, the Empress and the Sun. Okay, huge amounts of abundance are going to come from this approach. I think by next November, or about approximately like 1 year from whenever you're watching this reading, because I'm recording it in December. And I think you're going to feel like karma is on your side, that you're reaping a lot of rewards from this approach. With you should accept valid criticism. Maybe the message I was getting with this is that, because we've got Cup, right? I feel like no matter what criticism, the message I'm getting with this is like, no matter what criticism comes your way, you're going to feel like your cup is full, and you can actually help other people, that you have like an overflow. You're going to just feel very abundant. I think you're going to feel more laid back as well. Yeah, with this stubborn, aggressive person, you're going to feel more laid back. I think maybe you're going to feel like you're going to have a lot more work-life balance. Maybe you're going to have more time to focus on your relationships, okay? Romantic and otherwise. Maybe you're going to have more time to devote to your relationships. Either way, I think you're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot out of this, even more, I think, than you think. And I think you're gonna just continue to be able to help. I'm just gonna like offer criticism, like help people, but like in a kind way. Okay, let's get your final messages here. We've got the Botanist with parenthood and legacy. Yeah, you're going to be leaving behind a legacy that you're really proud of. Anchor, keep yourself grounded. Protection, keep some aquamarine close. Mermaid's tears have been known to create these precious gems. Okay. Direction, trust your inner compass and find your bearings. Yeah. There's some kind of divine direction that you're being called towards. That's for sure. And you're being protected throughout this process. Your guides are encouraging you to keep yourself grounded. Flowers make me think of that. And this approach of doing one thing, focus on getting one thing, one idea very solid at a time, is going to keep you grounded and allow these things to flourish one after the other into your life. They're all going to unfold. All these ideas that you have, all of them are meant to unfold in your life. And that's all going to be part of your legacy. And you just gotta trust that they're all going to unfold in the right way, and that you don't have to do all of them at once. Trust your inner compass. Yeah. And whatever I think the things that you create are really going to nurture people. Yeah. Okay, let's get some final angel messages for you. Okay, so we've got 973, and then we also have 444. Okay, so let's read both of those. Nine, 7, 3 says, take action. Do away with procrastination. The thing you've been procrastinating about ends today. You are being called to take action and move this along. Make a plan of what to do and start with the first step. Stick to your plan. I kept trying to say like stick to the step or something like that. Yeah, I feel like it's the same message of like this Two of Swords that we had under here of needing to make a decision and just start. Like have a firm, we're talking with direction too. It's like have a clear direction of about where you're going, and that starts with making a plan. With the first, I think of like the one of this one thing that you're being called to take. You're being called towards something, that's for sure. Your guides are asking you to move this one thing along. Don't procrastinate on it. Don't stay stuck in this indecision. Because it doesn't help anybody, okay? And make a plan that you like. With 444, it's protective magic. Your prayers are heard. This number assures that you are being heard. Your angels are guiding you, surrounding you, and answering your prayers of protection. It may be a time of struggle, but you're being led into the light by your guardians. Take a moment to thank your angels for the protective presence in your life. Yeah, so I'm also seeing this one, divine timing, let go of control, okay? And I'm also saying like there's no time for like the present. Yeah, so I think your guides are asking you to be in the present. Like a mantra for you could be like, I am grateful, I am present, I am connected, something like that. Okay, let's get one more. So your final message of guidance from your angels is, there is no condition so severe that you cannot reverse it by choosing different thoughts. However, choosing different thoughts requires focus and practice. If you continue to focus as you have been, to think as you have been, and to believe as you have been, then nothing in your experience will change. When I reverse the thought, I reverse the condition. Yeah, I think this is just an underscore of whatever you focus on is going to expand in your life. And you're being encouraged to be clear and to choose thoughts that help you move in the right direction. Okay, so that's all the messages I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, but only if you want to. And I hope I see you again in another reading. All right, bye.